Good morning. It is almost 5 o'clock, and I wanted to show that we have some interference and some manipulation to this Hurricane Norman, which is right off the coast of Hawaii. A lot of strong winds for me currently now in Kihei. But you can see the white flashes here, and you're probably wondering what these white flashes will do to the storm, how it affects it. Let me show you what these white flashes look like when we go in closer and we see the storm here, closer to the islands. Let's go and play this. So they are definitely trying to destroy and kind of, I don't know, microwave the storm or whatever they're going to do to help break it apart. And you can see right there where that situation was, where you see the dark area come around the actual storm itself. I'm sorry that I could show you the two options are not going to show the storm as well as I'd like to show it to you. But when you come over here, let me just go to this frame right here. Hold on 1 second. We'll go to the hurricane tracker. So you saw the white light, and watch the wobble that happens when they are using the radioactive energy into the storm. You see it wobble, and it's right there. It's doing fine, and then there's a wobble in it, and that wobble is where they're trying to break this apart before it ends up closer affecting the islands. And so just wanted you to pay attention to that. And we saw what happened with Lane and how it kind of made that really interesting sharp turn. We can see what they're doing here on the outside rings of the storm. You can see them blowing that out, trying to really destroy the storm. And this one is a real hurricane, and I can tell you why. We started to see waves 2 days ago. When it was Lane and it was so much closer to us, we didn't see waves. So ironically, this storm was real. It was an actual real hurricane coming off the Pacific, and it stirred up the water. And as it stirred up the water, it's been showing waves for Maui, which is surprising because Maui, it's so hard to catch waves. But we've had almost waist to head high waves 3 days ago, and it's been consistent ever since then. And that's impressive, and it just shows you the difference between the storms that they are enhancing to attempt to make a hurricane and such storms like this, which they're trying to now destroy because this is a real hurricane. Real hurricanes actually stir up the ocean waters and use the ocean water to create the storm. And this one is significantly, it's absolutely a hurricane, and you can see them doing what they can to destroy it. We go back to the other map here. I'm going to take a look at Mimic. So hold on 1 second. So I do a quick report early in the morning. All those white digital lines that you can see right there, that's them trying to destroy the storm and weaken the storm so it doesn't affect the islets. And let's see what's happening on the Mimic map. Once you learn to watch and look for certain things, you start to see the same thing happening over and over each time. So right there, we saw some interference, and the same thing occurs in this map too. So these are not glitches. If they were glitches, how come the glitch shows up on 3 different maps? Here it is right there. You can see that white stuff, and they're trying to really manipulate the storm or to break it apart. And when you see that white band that comes down, I'm not sure what they were doing with that, what their attempt was. If they're trying to steer the storms down or up, or I'm not really sure. Again, we don't know what their intention is when they're messing around with the weather, but they've been doing this for a very long time. So let me go into the East Pacific. Take a look here, give them a closer look. Yep, right there, start really affecting the eye of the storm to destroy it. And hopefully, I think they're trying to turn this into a tropical storm very quickly and not a hurricane. And what's ironic is that you don't hear a lot of news on this one right now. This is a significantly more powerful storm than Lane ever was, and I don't hear a lot of reports, warnings. The winds are up higher than they've been in a long time, and yet everything's kind of quiet. It's the irony, I guess, of let's make a big deal out of a Lane, and it's really nothing. And oh, here comes a real hurricane because we were messing with the weather so much. What are we going to do about this one? Oh, shucks. We better destroy this one. Keep it quiet. This is an actual real hurricane heading toward the islands. So I don't think that the weather manipulators consider that with their actions are reactions. And if you're going to manipulate one storm, in turn it's going to affect another storm, especially we have another one behind it. And, you know, there's always a cause and effect. And I think when you mess with the weather, you're messing with things that are out of your hands. Really, it's kind of too big to be taking on weather manipulation and be able to do it successfully, safely. Well, yeah, a lot of interference. I mean, you can just see it. And you can see every time the interference comes up, what's happening, what happens to the storm. So I would say keep an eye on the storm, use all the maps, watch all the other posts that I share on my Facebook. These are also people that are experienced in noticing these strange anomalies that happen in the microwave energy and the white lights that are used with the, I believe the white light is actual isospheric heating of the storm and trying to blow up the inside of the storm so that it's not going to affect the islands. And so, yeah, just keep an eye out, be safe out there, and watch for the strange things in these maps because they are strange. It's definitely some interesting things going on here. Interesting. Let me slow this one down for one last look. Okay. Yep. They've got a bigger storm on their hands they're having to deal with right now. We have high surf advisory all over the island. Anticipation of a swell wrapping around. And you can watch again the wobble. And the wobble comes after they have used the isospheric heating to try to destroy the storm before it shifts and gets any closer to the Hawaiian Islands. Okay, thanks for watching, and aloha.